Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday to you. I am home now. I am just got done with therapy. I'm going to be doing my therapy at 9 a.m. on Mondays now, and I had a great weekend, you guys. This weekend was just one for the books, one for the memories. We had a dry riders camp out, Craig's Memorial Run, who is Maggie's husband. He died during the COVID time frame. Excuse me. I think he died in 2021. And so we go out to Maggie's. She hosts us out there every year, and this is I'm a part of an organization of men and women who are family orientated and have formed a club to enjoy our motorcycling without the use or promotion of drugs or alcohol while riding. Right, so a great group to be a part of. And one of the things that I've come to learn about this organization or this club, this group, is that some of the people in the group are everybody has their own strengths and just like in life, right? And I've met some people that have shown me that they are in it for the long haul, and that is what speaks to me. So for me, when I say the long haul or the long term, we're talking about living a life or a lifestyle that is conducive to long-term recovery. So we stay out of the bars, right, as much as we can. We stay out of the establishments that are serving alcohol and are getting crazy. And yes, we will go and support things, events, benefit runs. I mean, who knows? It's endless, right? That have these sorts of things. But we're loud and proud with who we are, that we can show up and say, hey, this is who we are. We're a dry and clean, sober motorcycle club, and here we are. And that's what I really, really come to appreciate about this group, is that we are very loud and proud, and we wear that. I haven't got my patch yet, but the people who are members in this club, I'm a prospect, are wearing that patch. And I wear my prospect patch with pride, but these people have been in this club for a long time, most of them, and they're very good examples. And so this weekend was really good. And if you need more information, you can always find them on Facebook. They have a Facebook page, the Dry Riders Motorcycle Club Facebook page, so you can find them on there. I think there's around 170 members on there, and it's a group that's growing because more people are showing interest. Because whether you like to believe it or not, or whether I like to believe it or not, I do. But sobriety is becoming cool, right? It's becoming the cool thing. And I was reading I brought this book along with me this weekend that I got. My therapist suggested that I read this, and it's not a once through type of read. You got to kind of go through it a couple times. And I was going through it this weekend, and there is 4 agreements in our life that we're gonna need to do, right, in this book. That's what they're saying. And one of the agreements, the first agreement is be impeccable with your word. Okay. The second agreement is don't take anything personally. Okay. And that's the one I want to touch on. Don't take anything personally. Now, at the end of this chapter, it said that if somebody were to take a gun and to proverbially or theoretically, hypothetically, shoot you or somebody, it said not to take it personally, because it's not personal. We tend to think that everything that happens to us is because of us, right? Well, there's a big discrepancy on what it looks like in our lives, right? So don't take anything personally. When I read that, I thought, oh, that's almost impossible, because everything that happens to us, we tend to take personally. It's personal when it happens to us, right? Well, what if it isn't? What if whatever somebody else has going on in their life, it is because of their life and because of their problems and struggles and ups and downs? And so if maybe they, give you the finger in the car, on the highway, well, don't take it personally, because you know what? Maybe they're having a bad morning. And when I think back all the mornings that I had when I flicked somebody off on my way to work on my 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, 40 hours a week, I remember being pretty miserable because I was addicted to alcohol. I wasn't happy in my relationships. I wasn't happy at home. I wasn't happy in my work relationships. It was the drudgery, the 9 to 5, the 40 hours a week, the nonstop, gotta do. But once you start to put in place boundaries and you don't take things personally like one of the 4 agreements says, then we begin to loosen some of those chains that we have on us, that the other people tend to hold over us or on us. Because you know what, it's people have control of other people because of we take things personally, right? So we have to have boundaries, and these boundaries are going to be put in place to keep you safe, right? Like, you put in a place, a boundary. This is your temple. This is your home. This is your home base. This is everything you have is right here, right? So you're going to put a boundary around your place, your base, your important place, right? You're going to have boundaries. And sometimes when we're first just implementing boundaries and we're just new to this program and we're just trying to figure it out, the boundaries are going to be really big, right? We're going to over boundary, right? Or they're going to be really small, and we're going to continue to let people in. And that's where I was in the latter case, because even up till a couple months ago or a month ago, I was letting people in that I shouldn't have let in, right? I was letting people cross boundaries just because I felt like I had built up a rapport or a trust with them. Well, there's no amount of trust or rapport that you can build with somebody that you would want them inside your boundary. Amen. So we make this connection today, and I make it with my therapist every session. And it took a lot of notes. And the somatics is the map, right? The somatics in our mind and in our brain is the map of everything we've lived through. So when we go through something traumatic, we tend to go right back to where we were before, and we feel the same feelings as when we felt it the first time or the second time or the third time. Amen? Initially, when we go through trauma, the somatics in your brain keep track of these instances. And so when you have a repeat and a repeat and a repeat, it becomes, a track record. And so when you feel it when you're 40 and you first felt it when you're 4, your brain goes all the way back, or 10 or 11, right? And so that's what my therapist was explaining to me today, is that we have somatics. So when we start to build a new life, right, and we start to increase our level of distress tolerance, right? So we have a tolerance of what can happen to us before we break or before we go back and revert to what we used to do, right? And so it's 0 to 10, right? And so I'm working on lowering my level of tolerance. So when somebody texts me or doesn't text me back or texts me something inappropriate, I don't go automatically to an 8 and say, you mother beep, 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 beep. Of course, I don't do that anymore. My window of tolerance is quite low most days. But living inside them boundaries is really, 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 really critical. And a part of staying in between these levels and windows of tolerance, staying in our window of tolerance, is to not take things personally, right? To learn to let things go and to allow other people to feel how they feel, express how they express, and to do what they do without it affecting us or, you got it, our boundaries, whether big or small. So when we approach anybody or anything in this life, we have to have boundaries. We have to live through. We have to come to terms with the fact that there are no bad boundaries. Boundaries are a good thing. Yes, they will fluctuate and they'll go up, down, and will big, small, all that. But once you get a good boundary around you, you should have the ability to build a base. Like we say, yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery. We got to build the base on what's happening today and how we feel today and how our level of tolerance is doing today, right? So, man, God bless you guys. I love you, man. I love having good therapy sessions. Another thing I want to share with you guys too is I have a peaceful place. We started this on one of the very, very first sessions in my therapy sessions, and I will beat the therapy drum till the day I die. I think everybody should have a therapist. It doesn't matter if it's a male or a female. All that matters is that it works for you, okay? I personally have a therapist who has been setting me up for success with so many things and so many different strengths and abilities and skills, and yet we're creating things like a safe place for me, right? And when we think about some of the things that we're creating in a safe place, right? Safe place can be really looked down upon. People tend to make fun of that that label, safe place. But really, honestly, you need a safe place in your mind to go from all the turmoil and all the chaos that happens in there from day to day. And my therapist had me create a place called the Open Road. She goes, what would be your perfect scenario in life to be perfectly calm and serene and peaceful? And I said, you know what? It would probably be on my motorcycle, and it would be going down a road, and it would have mountains with a sunset, and it would have, a peaceful open road type of feel. And I kid you not, even within the last year, I got affiliated with a motorcycle club, the Dry Riders, whose logo is literally an open road, no mountains, but open road with the sun setting, and obviously the beer keg is pouring out. But I also got, from one of my subscribers, she sent me a card, and I'll read it. It says, sobriety, make a brand new beginning and live every day with hope, and live one day at a time. Every day is a second chance. And what do you see there? Mountains, open road, sun setting. So it's almost fortuitous or synchronicitous. It's almost a synchronicity that these things are happening to me, and I see them all over. I see signs, wonders, things that I'm on the right track. But this last weekend, we had a really, really trying situation as a club. And I'm not going to share any of the details about this situation. It was not a bad situation. It was a good situation. It really put into perspective, that we're on a mission. As a club, I'm a prospect. As a club, we are on a mission. We want to promote the use of riding motorcycles without the use of drugs or alcohol while riding, right? So that's what encompasses our goal, our mission as a group, as a club. And so we talk the talk and walk the walk, right? That right there is enough for me to know that I'm on the right track, because I've always wanted to be a part of an organization or a club or a group of people that prided themselves on not drinking alcohol or doing drugs while enjoying being on a motorcycle. I mean, it's just common sense. It just makes so much sense. So I truly believe that in the next couple years, and as I get my foot in the door and I get patched in, if I get patched in, I'll get the votes. Hopefully I'll get the votes, and I'll become an actual member, and I can maybe try to do a little bit of outreach and get some cards with my name on it and go out and hit the streets, pound the ground, large and in charge, and to tell people that there are places out here that you can enjoy all this. You can get all your fancy trinkets and all your little memories and motorcycle things, and I enjoy it. We were meant to be surrounded with things that we enjoy. So create a space that speaks to you. Create a space that has your stuff in it. Create a space that makes you feel comfortable. And that's what I'm talking about, you guys. We got to get new techniques, new ways and means, and of giving ourselves stability, right? If you got to hold ice to change your temperature of your body, do it. If you got to dip your face into cold water, do it. You know the old adage, hit yourself with some cold water in the face. There's something to that, you guys. Change your body temperature. You might be able to change some things in your life and get a little bit more understanding of why you're going through something. If you're able to clearly go through these situations without too much anger, without too much depression, anxiety, when you see things a little bit clearer and your window of tolerance is a little bit lower and you're within a certain area, you're really going to learn from some of the things that happen to us. Or because of us, we're going to learn, oh, that's why that happens. I need to change this. Or, oh, that's why that happens. I enjoy that. I'm going to continue to do that. Recovery is no different. You guys don't have to be suffering from a drug addiction or an alcohol addiction to be in recovery. We're all in recovery from something, my friends. We're all spending time trying to get better at well, not everybody, but most of us are trying to do the next right thing. And that's what life shows us, is that life can be better when we're doing the next right thing, and life can be miserable if we're not. Whew, I love it. I hope this message spoke to you guys. We're 15 minutes in. I'm not going to bore you with too much stuff, but great weekend. have a good week coming up. I had a migraine last night that kicked my butt. I got home. I started editing a video from this weekend. I unpacked a little bit, got my tent set up to get it dried out, and I got hit with a migraine. So I've been out for the last like 12 hours. But I had therapy this morning, so I got up and I had to do that, and I'm happy that I did that, because there was a thought in my mind that I thought I should just sleep in and cancel my therapy. But I think that's natural. I think a lot of us go through the doubts and fears of something before we actually learn that hit life face head on. Whatever happens is supposed to happen to you. We're never going to get too much than we can handle, and the sun will always rise the next day. I can almost guarantee it, right? But nothing's guaranteed in this life, and so that's why we hang our hat on what we know and our experiences. And some of the things that we've come to know is that recovery can be a good thing. Don't hang your hat on the bad things. Don't hang your hat on the anxieties and the fears and the depressions of yesterday, but think about all the good things that are happening because you're affiliated with people who care about you, about the situation, about life. And that's what, there's a big difference between accountability and responsibility. We're going through life allowing ourselves to be pulled in all these different directions. But honestly, with our boundaries, we should be standing firm and tall in what we know. And don't take things personally, my friends. Don't take things personally. If somebody were to grab a weapon and hurt you, it's because of what they have going on, not necessarily because of what you got going on. Maybe you upset them, but that still isn't no reason for anybody to do that. So it's honestly, if somebody swears at you or flicks you off or gives you a bad jive, take it as a sign that they're having a bad day, and that, through your actions, you could make their life better or improved by giving them a smile, ignore them, or drive away or walk away, whatever it is, or go over and say, hey, are you having a bad day? What's going on? I mean, there's so many different ways we could change that situation, but I love you guys. God bless you. Don't take anything personally today, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.